One huge issue with AI is it makes everyone lose their voice. You notice how many people have lost their voice because they started using AI, M dash, M dash. This isn't theory, this is fact, right? You've heard it, you've seen it, you've scrolled your feed and all of a sudden half the stuff seems like it's AI generated. Why? Because it is, and because they're using it the wrong way. If you want to know how to use AI without losing your voice or without losing the voice of your brand, this video is for you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to teach you strategies you can do today to start using AI without losing your voice, without losing your brand, and without sounding just like everybody else. These are the secrets that some of the biggest names in marketing are using, and they truly work. Let's dive in. Welcome to Small Business Big Visibility. This is a mini series within a podcast, and this mini series is all about AI for small business owners, how you can use it, what you should do, what you should avoid so that it helps grow your business instead of crushing it. So many people are using AI and it's awful and it's obvious and it's obviously awful, and yet they're still doing it. And they're like, I'm doing so amazing. I created 150 posts in the last 2 hours. Well, good for you, because you're chasing off all your audience. So many people are using AI and the output sounds flat, generic, forgettable, and then they blame the tool. When was the last time a hammer pounded a nail in crooked? Never. It's always the person using the hammer that puts the nail in crooked. You use the hammer the right way, you're going to pound nails beautifully every single time. AI, its job isn't to create your voice. AI's job is to reflect from your input. If you give it generic input, you're going to get generic output. If you don't tell it what voice to use, it's going to use generic voice. That's how it's programmed. It amplifies whatever you're going to give it. All right, so step number one is you want to start with how you actually talk, not how you think you're supposed to sound. You want to speak how you sound. Here's an example. You're going to take something you've already written. You're going to maybe use some past emails. You're going to, if you've blogged in the past, go grab those blogs. If you've written a lot on social media, go grab that content. Use your own phrases. Then you're going to feed all of that content into the AI engine. And then you're going to tell it to match that style. And even more importantly, you're going to ask it to identify the traits and the quirks and the misspellings that you as the individual do that helps make you uniquely you. You're going to ask it to analyze all that content to find what it is that creates your social fingerprint. And once you have that print, once you have those characteristics and those traits, AI can better start to represent you in the content that it's going to create. Step two, be very specific about the tone. You don't just say, write a post. You want to explain to it the kind of post it's going to write. Are you in an angry mood? Are you in an excited mood? You're going to say, maybe write up a straightforward, no fluff tone post. You're going to say, keep it practical and conversational. Avoid sounding all corporate and stuffy. Those are all cues that help the AI know that it needs to move from the generic pot of everything into a very specific sort of content that represents the type of writing that you're looking for. The more direction and the more context you're going to give it, the closer AI gets to generating something good. Remember, clarity in equals clarity out. All right, so step number three, whatever you do, do not copy and paste. This is a terrible thing, and it's going to cost you if you do it. Instead, you're going to review the content it generates. You're then going to adjust it, make it yours, put some more polish on it. This is where your brand and your voice stays intact. In fact, some people will actually take that content, give it back to AI, and ask it what should be changed so it sounds more like me, and people won't be able to recognize that it is AI writing this, and let it do a second pass on the content, because now instead of writing, AI is in analyzing mode and it's able to better clean up some of the things it missed the first time. Either way, you want to keep this in mind at all times. AI gives you the starting point. It doesn't take you to the finish line. So here's some things to make sure you do avoid when you're creating content. One, do not copy and paste without editing the content first. Second, Don't be overly formal or succinct in your prompts. Make sure that you're expansive in your content. And number 3 is make sure that you're not trying to sound professional. Instead, make sure that you sound real. So here's the big shift. AI, it doesn't necessarily take away your voice. It's going to remove the friction of expressing it. You still get to decide what gets said. AI helps you say it faster, and you make sure it's said your way.